Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it is Megamania for the Atari 2600, programmed by Steve Cartwright for Activision in 1982. This is a space shooter. You have an energy bar that acts as a timer. You have a ship that looks kind of like Starship Enterprise. And you're shooting down all sorts of weird objects. You're shooting down burgers, cookies, bugs, tires, diamonds, and other things. And you are basically doing this to get as many points as possible, which pretty par for the course for an Atari 2600 game. Especially this one made by Activision at this point in video game history. Amazingly, there's not much to this game, though it does get pretty hard pretty quickly, but it can be quite fun. There are 4 game modes, 2 for 1 player and 2 for 2 players. 1 and 3 are the 1-player modes. With game 1, you have guided missiles, meaning that the shots that you shoot move with you. And game 3 has the straight missiles, which do not. Games 2 and 4 are the 2-player variations and go just like games 1 and 3, respectively. The only difference is you are alternating between players whenever one of you loses a life. It's a 2-player alternating game, which, again, also par for the course for this point in video game history as well. This is one that I definitely remember playing, especially with Kirishi Yamato down at Zadara, way back when, along with Berserk and Fast Food. I forgot to mention that for Fast Food. I might as well mention that now. And this is going to be pretty frantic. So without further ado, let's make sure we're on 1, which we are, and then reset the game to begin. And here, we are shooting down the burgers. They're just moving around in straight lines. We're moving left and right with the joystick, and we're firing with the fire button. Because I have guided missiles on, the missiles will move with me. I have an energy meter down there at the bottom. It acts kind of like a timer, and the more energy I have left at the end of a round, after destroying all the enemies, the more bonus points I'll have. Now it's time for the cookies. And I lost a life there. You definitely want to make a path for yourself. Take out as many enemies as you can. Remember that enemies, when they go to the bottom of the screen, they will loop back to the top. And make sure that you don't run into enemies that are directly to the side of you, because you won't be able to hit them. And now it's time for the bugs. These things move up and down just slightly. And really don't want to be too close to the sides. How did I not get shot there? That was amazing. Now it's time for the radial tires. Again, you want to open up a path for yourself. It definitely helps. I mean, you want to shoot down as many of these things as you can, but you also want to give yourself room to survive as well. The fewer enemies between you and blank space, the better. Why can't I shoot you? Okay. And I have lost 2 lives already. I do not know how I'm going to do this. And now it's time for the diamonds. The easier you can take out the lower rows, the better. Because their lasers, at least the guys on the bottom, their lasers will take less time to get to you. Also, I couldn't even make it to 10,000 points, which is how much I needed for an extra life. That was terrible. Let's try this again. There we go. And the longer you play through the game, the more things will be worth, and the more bonus points you'll get for each unit of energy you have left. Which is a good thing, because it gets nasty the longer you play, and you definitely want as many extra lives as you can get your hands on. Definitely want to take out the lower rows. And you are going to come at me? But at least I'm ready for you now. Alright. Definitely want to give myself some room between the enemies. That way at least I have a little bit of a safe spot doing things. Okay. Gave myself quite a lot of space. Really? About to say, I gave myself quite a lot of space doing that, but, well, I managed to get hit right there at the end. And can you come back here? Thank you. Doing better now. Now let's see if we can shoot down the diamonds again. And try not to run into enemy fire, because that would be great. And we finally hit 10,000 points. Every 10,000 points will give you an extra life. Take advantage of that whenever possible. Remember that the longer you go, the easier it is to get extra lives. You can have 6 on the screen at any given time, and now here are the steam irons. You want to take out whole rows. I did not take out whole rows. Why do you want to take out whole rows? Well, it makes it easier to give yourself a means of firing at things. Do you mind, please? And he stopped right when I wanted to be there. Thanks, game. Thanks, steam irons. And where are the rest of you? There we go. Now for the bow ties. These things move around diagonally. Why can't I hit any of you? At least I'm giving myself some space. Space is the place, and it is the name of the game. And I finally have 20,000 points. Now it's time for the space dice. Find yourself a column. Shoot any that are directly in front of you. Once you run out, that's when you move slightly somewhere else. And that's when you target more space dice. I don't know how I managed to hit that. And what do you know? The dice do pop up randomly when they go back to the top. Now we are on the second loop. Things have different colors and more sophisticated patterns. And they're actually stopping a little bit, which gives me a chance to play around with the guided missiles a bit and actually hit stuff. And I'm getting a lot more bonus points between waves now. And these things will now move back and forth. You definitely want to watch the patterns, not have anything run into you, and of course, give yourself space. I thought that would turn around in time, but we managed to make it through one loop with the guided missiles mode. And here's the thing, though. I was hoping to score better than that. Really needed a drink of tea there. And I wanted to get 45,000 points for the patch. There was a challenge in the instruction manual where if you got 45,000 points and you sent in proof of getting 45,000 points to Atari, you would get an official Megamaniac patch showing that, hey, you were good at Megamania for the Atari 2600. That offer has long since died, but it's still something nice to shoot for anyway. Also forgot to talk about the difficulty switches too. If you set it to B/novice, your shots move at a high speed. But if you set them to A/expert, they move at a lower speed. They move at a slow speed. I've been playing around with high speed. I'm going to keep doing that, but I may use slow speed for Game 3, the one with the straight missiles, just to make that version a little harder. I'm going to give Guided Missiles Mode Game 1 one more try. Let's see if I can beat 36,000. And it's a lot better now that I'm not explaining things and playing at the same time. And I can't even get a shot in edgewise. Really can't get a shot in edgewise. And I thought I would be able to get away from those things, but sadly that was not the case. And I may have to play a little more conservatively and shoot down what's more in front of me, what's lower on the screen, if I really need to. Because that looked like it did a lot better. Wow. That was quick. Alright. Radial tires, here we go. I thought that would not hit me. I really thought that would not hit me. And yeah, that's gonna hit me. Yeah, you can only move as far left as the E in energy is at the bottom, which is kind of weird. You have all that space there to the sides, yet only the enemy can use it. Really weird to me. And I need you to not touch me. Thank you so much. Now let's go for another extra life here. Yeah, you start out getting 20 points for enemy, and then it goes to like 30, then 40, then 50, 60, all the way up to 90 for the space dice, and then I believe it stays high for the remainder of the game. But those bonus points, though, they definitely multiply the more waves that you get through. Which means that the longer you last, the easier it is to get bonus lives if you know, or at least have a really good idea of what you're doing. Okay. And I could not shoot the irons. The irons are probably the hardest wave to get through, just because of their movement patterns alone. And yes, I'm totally going to give it one more shot. Why not? I might as well. I want to make these videos at least 20 minutes unless I'm really satisfied with what I'm doing. Okay. I can at least shoot you. There we go. Yeah, once you get used to enemy movement patterns, things can become a lot simpler. And that's the end of you. Now where are the radio towers at? And I can't believe I ran into that shot. Well, that's the longest I've lasted on one life. That was pretty cool. Now to wait for more of these things to show up. And that just leaves me with one tire left. And down it goes. Alright. And I was really trying to shoot down more of those things, and that wasn't going well for me. Okay. Oh. There we go. And now for the irons. Great. How am I gonna get around now? Oh, man. And that, like I said, this wave can be a rather touchy just because of the spacing between the irons. And their movement patterns. Like, they're not random, but they definitely feel like they are. Oh, come on. There we go. Don't want to get trapped on the sides because you only have so much room on the sides to even move. I don't even know why I ran right into that. That was terrible. Let's try this one more time. And actually get 20,000 points. There we go. Now we have the space dice. Thankfully, this is a little easier than the other enemy types that I faced. It's all about making a path for yourself as things drop randomly. Now, would you come my way, please? No? There we go. Well, at least I can hit 30,000 this time. That'll help. And let's see here. There we go. And there we are with the cookies again, moving around in wild angles. And getting hit by stray lasers that look like they shouldn't hit me, but they can. And I can't seem to beat 36,000. Then again, this is a rather frantic game. Fast-paced, frenetic, frantic game that definitely takes some time and effort and practice to get really good with. It's not a bad game, but it can be pretty difficult pretty quickly, especially if you don't know what to do. And so I've been playing on game 1 for about 20 minutes now. And join me next time where I play on game mode 3. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!